Hey again, when we write application, one of interesting thing we have to think about is keeping our application up. So we don't want our application to crash. So what I mean by that, let me just create simple example for you and I will name it this example a try catch, okay? And I try to do simple someone enter his number and I divide like I have 100 and I divide 100 by any input number from the user. So to get started I have to define file, then I say main have args, and args should be array of string, okay, and that is. Now think about I have some ask user to input some number, so let me suppose define variable which is division or whatever n2, and this n2 I supposed to be integer because it's coming from the screen, and this number should be initialized from readline. Readline is the way for me to initialize it. I know that I need to change it to integer, okay, because it have to be changed to integer because it cannot work in this way. It have to be make sure it's not null. Now here I have a code for example for variable for div, and div should be defined 100 by number 2. So whatever number to enter it, I will define 100 by number 2. Then let me suppose you print the div, you say div, then you call div this way, and also whatever here you have, say you write print app is done, okay. So now think about this application, very basic application. Ask user input number, then divide the number 100 by that number, then print it, then done. Make sure just show him message, so you say print enter number 2, so then just click right, run. So now I'm just running this application and try to execute it. Let me see what the bug that will have. They ask us to enter number. If I enter 10, he will divide 100 by 10, so the result should be 10. That's good. So also make sure this one a print line ln and this one a print line, so making different line. Now let me think about the bug. What if someone enters 0? What will happen? The application will crash. Why? Because you cannot divide by 0, because 100 by 0 is infinity, so he will give you infinity result, he will break, so this code will not get run. Did you see any time like Office or any application get crashed? Never. They just show you a message, you just click that message and that's done. So now maybe the user enter information error, but I want the application continue working. Now the application get crashed in this line and he will not continue writing, he will not print this one. Here come through something named try catch. That's mean, hey, I think this block have a bug, may have a bug. I say try. That's mean, hey, try to run this code. Try to run this code. Okay? If you could run it, run it. If you cannot run it, show me. So we say catch ex should be exception. Show me what is the error. Exception. This exception. And here if you want to print the exception, also print line and you say ex dot get message. So what do you mean by that? So basically you have to understand the try catch in this way. The try catch does mean, hey, try to run this code. If he able to run this code, he will run it, then he will continue to the next, which is this line. If he wasn't able to run this code because there is a bug, he will throw the exception and he will show you why. Then he continue. So in both cases, like if he enter information correct, he will continue. If he enter information not correct, he will continue. So let me just run it and try someone now enter 0. What will happen? See, he just say, he give you a message, then he continue. Why? Because if I just add here something like break and see what's going on, I enter, click it, run it, and see what is going on. So it's basically try to understand the try catch in this way. Try, that's mean you try to run something. If you success, you success. If you don't success, you throw exception. but your application will continue. Your application will not get frozen. So here he is in this location, print, he asks user to input something. Now let me ask user enter something. Let me suppose I enter 0. So when here he have a problem now. Now he cannot divide by 0. He will throw to exception. He go to the exception, except he give you a message and he continue. This is the worst case scenario. So while if someone enter correct number like 10, he will continue and he will not go to the exception. So very easy code, but you will use it a lot in your code to keep your application stable and avoid any bugs. So now if I just run it, next, he asks you to input number, give it 9, enter, he come here 100 by 9, there is no problem, continue, print it, then go to next. See, if there is no problem, he will continue until he done, but he will not go to the catch. If he have any problem in any line, he will go to the exception. He stop from that line. He will not continue next inside that block, but he will go to the exception. Then he go outside the block. So a very easy and simple way to work with a try catch. Hopefully you understand it, and you will see it a lot in next video and next many upcoming videos. Thank you for watching and see you next.